Thank you for your support and for watching avivTarot. This is a general pick-a-card reading. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. Not everything will apply. My readings are meant to be constructive and not destructive. I give readings to empower you. I will be honest in what I see and will not give you false hopes or empty promises in order to keep you happy. I will be compassionate and sensitive to your feelings and will not judge or condemn. Energies are ever-changing. You are still the master of your own destiny. Hi everyone, thank you for watching avivTarot. Today we are going to do another pick-a-card reading. In today's pick-a-card reading, we are going to take a look at what message is meant for you right now. Okay, so it's a message that's meant for you right now. It's timeless, so whenever you find this video, this is the message that's meant for you right now at this moment. This is going to be a quick reading. And I'm using oracle cards, 3 different types of oracle cards. The first one is the Yogi's Path, the Yogi Path card. And then I'm using a Magic of You card, and then the Sacred Creators. Okay, the Sacred Creators deck. So we're using these 3. So it's going to be a quick reading. The Yogi one, I'm going to actually read from the book because the book has a lot of good information. And also because the card itself on the deck is, it's not English. So I don't know what it means. We'll have, it needs to be memorized. And so that's why I'm going to use the book as a little support. And we will see what happens with the other ones. All right, so I was thinking, what should we do today? What kind of topics? And this was the message I received when I was looking through the decks, which deck I want to use for today's reading. And I was thinking about the topics, and then it says, let's do a message that's meant for you right now. Okay, so if you need more time, you can pause the video right now, and timestamps are going to be in the description box below as well as in the message box, and you can see it on the timeline now too. All right, so we will start with pile number 1. Okay, so pile number 1, these are the cards that you got. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so the first one is fill your cup with sacred giggles. Fill your cup with sacred giggles. Second one, protection, set personal boundaries. Interesting. And then we have Lakshmi. Okay, so fill your cup with sacred giggles. I would say that it's probably you need to laugh a little bit more, okay? Enjoy life a little bit more, okay? That's the message I received. But we'll take a look at what the author says, okay? 21. The essential meanings: completion, the end of a cycle, closure, celebrating a job well done, accomplishments, well-deserved success, being proud of your work, travel, limitless options opening up. Okay, it says, yes, giggles, childlike maybe, but there's deeper magic to be trapped into here. So give them space to bubble up. You're entering a time of completion as a goal you have been working on is coming to a joyful and prosperous end. This huge accomplishment will have massive implications moving forward, and the whole world is opening up for you now. Dip your cup into the well of sacred giggles and drink up. It's time to revel in the afterglow of closure and success, and know that you deserve all the joyful prosperity that is coming your way. There's infinite potential on the horizon, so take your time to do your success dance and to thank the spirit for getting you this far. This is not a time to play small and act as if we're nothing. Be proud of your accomplishments, as this is a time to say heck yes. That was massive and I rocked it. Accept the celebratory love wholeheartedly and keep your eyes on the horizon for much more of this energy as you ascend anew. So this is actually talking about completion. Okay, what the author wants to tell you is this sense of completion, enjoying the moment, celebrate, right? But I also feel like this is just a time to be happy, right? Fill your cups with sacred giggles. Be happy. Enjoy life, right? Do things that make you happy. Over here, set your personal boundaries. I think while you celebrate, while you're being happy and all that stuff, sometimes we go a little bit because we're too joyful, so we let a lot of things go. We sometimes, like, people will be inappropriate and we're like, you know what, I'm in a really good mood, so it's okay, it's all right, it's fine. But we have to draw the line to where, you know, if, say, even if it's tough sometimes, if it's, you know, you're in such a good mood and you don't want to destroy the mood and you let a lot of things go, but sometimes you gotta tell people, you know, that's not acceptable, right? So protect yourself, set boundaries, and you know, in fact, combining these two cards, I would even say that maybe there are some things that is coming to an end because you're setting your boundary, you're protecting yourself. And because of that, even though it might seem a little sad, because it's, you know, you gotta break away from something, or because it's like completion of something, and you gotta say goodbye to certain things and that kind of things. But it says you're ascending to something new. You're allowing new things, better things to come into your life. And so it could be sad at times, but celebrate it, enjoy it. You are allowing newer, better things to come in, right? Lastly, we have the Lakshmi. Well, I don't even know where to look. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, Lakshmi means goddess of abundance, fortune, and beauty. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. All right, so it says many call upon Lakshmi, but she only comes to few who have earned it. And that means pile number 1, you earned this. She is the goddess of abundance, physical beauty, vital life force, good fortune, and fertility. She is the sweetness of the fruit, the petals of the flower, the glistening of the ocean. She is the extra spark that makes certain things beautiful. She comes to you with blessings of prosperity for the fruits of your labor. She has recognized your generosity and rewards you in her ways, whether it's financial abundance, radiant health, loving partnership, a comfortable home, good fortune, or impregnation you are seeking. Continue to give freely and lovingly, and so will she. And look at this. This kind of goes hand in hand with this one. Fill your cup with sacred giggles. She is giving you abundance. Enjoy life. There's a lot of good fortune coming your way, especially over here if you're looking to get pregnant, right? And maybe that's what this is. Protect yourself, because you need to take care of yourself, whether it's like health-wise, or just not let bad energy, negative energy come close to you, because not only you are trying to be fertile, but also just to protect yourself and the baby that you're going to be rewarded with, I would say. Okay. And that is only if you're looking to be pregnant, of course. You're being abundance. You're being given abundance, being given lots of good things, good fortune, financially, health-wise, right? And so enjoy this time. And this is the message for you. Something amazing is coming your way. Okay. So this is for pile number 1, and I hope this give you a little bit of something to look forward to. And if you have anything you would like to share with me, you can leave it in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel, enjoy my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. All right, so pile number 2. Okay, you got get back to elemental. So that in my opinion, that's get back to the basics. Over here, we have solitude, alone, but not lonely. There is a difference. Okay, so you choose to, you need your space. You want more time for yourself. And then over here, I don't know how to say this. Okay, I'm not gonna say this. This is the card that you got. Okay, so get back to the elemental. I would say that's like get back to the basics, reestablish the boundaries. Yes, foundations. Okay. And maybe going back to the simplest things. Sometimes we make things maybe too complicated. We think we put meanings into everything, trying to read the subtext of everything, but maybe it doesn't have any other meaning except what it is, face value, right? So maybe get back to the basics of things, and let's see what the author has to say. It's a time to bring some elemental magic into your life, getting outside, doing something witchy or wild, letting go of who you believe you have to be, stepping into your elemental self. That's interesting. So the elements is most magic circles are earth, fire, air, water, and spirit. And these elements create all matter and life. It's time to break things down into their simplest elements. That's what I said. And to get back to your roots. What are the basics of what you're building? If you're a seasoned creator, what was your original plan or your original dream? There's a likelihood that you've been grown since you began your journey, and it may be time to shift your plans so that they make more sense to you now. Get back to the basics of exploring the world like a child and see things anew. Fresh eyes will offer you a fresh perspective, and when you break things down into their most basic parts, you can put them back together again in novel ways. Take another look at what you're already doing and what you've already done, and take special notice of the magic that you already have access to. It may be time to cut any extra drama, networking, and extracurriculars that aren't 100% aligned with your basics, and call in the elements as you get back to your own kind of elemental. What quintessential desire runs through everything that you do, and what always remains the same. So that's that, right? And it's time to explore without fear. So get back to the basics, get back to being childlike, being curious, explore without fear. And it's so interesting because yesterday I was just listening to this podcast, and we're talking about all of the original form of each of the zodiac signs. And this will be like the Aries, the Taurus, and the Geminis, where you are just exploring the world without any fear, right? And just being curious. It's more of like that Gemini state, I would say. Communicate with other people, find out about things. And this will help you stay young, right? But over here, solitude, alone but not lonely. What I see over here is that sometimes we feel like we have to be in the you want to be around people, or you feel like you need to be around people all the time, because you're scared to be in alone. But over here, I think you probably need a little bit of time to yourself so that you can reflect on things and think through things more clearly on your own. Personally, I need a lot of personal time, and if I'm constantly being bombarded with people around me, it gets a little frustrating because I can't think. So what I think the message here for you is that you need a little bit of alone time, and alone time doesn't mean that you're lonely, right? You don't have any friends that you can go to and discuss things with, but it just means that you need some time to process things on your own, and then you can go and discuss and talk to people and stuff like that. And over here, get back to the basics, kind of, I would say it's a little bit about that too. Do some stuff on your own instead of always needing to do things with other people, right? And sometimes doing it alone, you actually have new insights versus when you do it with other people. You know, you might cave or cater to other people's needs and you know, that kind of things, and you have to wait for them. Compromises, right? There's always that when other people are involved. And so maybe time to go outside and enjoy life on your own. Go for a drive by yourself, and so that you can really think about the stuff. So this last card, we're going to read it from the book. Okay. $107. It means deities. That word means deities, gods and goddesses. Okay. So goddess of space and infinite possibilities. How interesting. We were just talking about going back to the basics, to the elements, to the original self, and explore, and there's infinite possibilities. And goddess of space, you need space for yourself, right? You need that personal space. Anyways, over here. You have learned the art of creating space and are experiencing the cosmos that exists inside of you. Bhuvaneshwari comes to you in deep meditation, in profound nature, in oceans, and in silence, right? You need time alone. Her stillness guides you to enter deeper into the cosmic web of potentials that exist for you in the present moment. Continue making time for whatever brings you to a point of total stillness. This is amazing how there's like this same messages coming through. That is where your true self resides. Know that you are not just part of the earth, but the earth is also part of you, and you are lovingly held by her presence. Right? So there's infinite possibilities, but you need time alone. You need to process things. You need space, and you're being held. And when you're alone, you can actually receive the messages that are meant for you. And that is, I would say, the main message for pile number 2. And I hope this give you a little bit of insight what you need to do right now. Even if it's just like 10 minutes or 15 minutes alone, like just sitting in a room and think, and just stare into space and be still, right? Or meditate. That's helpful than not having any time of your own, right? All right, so if you have anything you would like to share with me, you can leave it in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel under my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. All right, so if you chose pile number 3, you got the card of Creator Water. Wow, the water element. That's a lot of sensitivity, not lots of emotions. Serendipity, merge with the flow. Serendipity, I love that word. All right, and Buddha. Okay. So Creator Water. Water is all about being still, but however, this is something new that I just learned with astrology, is that still water. Well, that I learned, but something I knew, but I never thought about it, and it just kind of reminded me of that in this class this astrology class I'm taking, and it's talking about how still water, when it's flowing, it's amazing. It cleanses, it cleans, it's emotion, it's amazing. It embodies, it takes in the shape of whatever container it is in. And it doesn't have any shape because it would take up anything that the container is in. However, if the water becomes still, then it gets very, very toxic. And so I would say that there's a message there. Let things flow instead of being still. Because when it being still, it becomes toxic. The water gets muddied, it gets dirty, and emotion sits and doesn't flow, right? All right, so let's see what the author wants to say about this. Okay, so Creator Water. Water is connected to the emotions, being in flow and relying on your intuition, and governs the germination of ideas and conception, and it lives in the realm of dreams and prophecy. The element of water is insightful, healing, and cleansing. How can your intuition be of use to you right now, and what happens when you allow it to restore your balance? What would your situation change if you fell fully into your emotions? How well are your emotions helping you right now? And in what ways can they heal your situation? Are there places that love is hiding, waiting to be found? That kind of reminds me of water. It is you can all of the water elements, if I put one keyword, it's about hidden. A lot of things are hidden. People who are very, very water element heavy, they don't let a lot of things show. They like to hide a lot of things, even though they can't do it. They can't really hide it, but they like to hide it, right? They're very mysterious. Water can be mysterious. They say, like it's kind of like the iceberg, right? You see the tip of the iceberg, but then beneath the water, there's a lot more to it. So it hides a lot of things underneath, or can hide a lot of things underneath. And so you got to learn to let it out sometimes and to share it so that it doesn't just bottle up, like what we were talking about earlier, that when it becomes still, then it gets kind of unhealthy and toxic, right? All right, element of water deep dive. Diving into water. Water governs the watery depths of emotion and intuition. When you tune out all of the should do's and the could do's, and you throw logic and responsibility overboard, what's left? Imagine that you are in water on a ship or on a beautiful beach, or maybe you're a mermaid swimming in the depths of the ocean. Tune out everything except how you feel. All you know is that your emotion is guiding you, and that any thoughts that come up for you are the direct results of your intuition. What messages flow into your awareness, right? And it says like you can also take a ritual bath, right? Anoint your third eye with some fresh water and feel it opening up a little bit more as a result. Dip your hands in a bowl of water and cleanse them of any energy that is holding you back. Infuse them in the magic and with the magic of water's healing. When you're done, have a tall glass of intuition and healing and wait for it to start working from within. All right, so that is the creator of water, what the author is trying to tell you. And then there's the serendipity, which over here, look at this, merge with the flow. And we were talking about flow, water, flowing, serendipity. When I think of the word serendipity, it's just very flowy. It's going with the flow, and things will happen serendipitously, right? Coincidentally. It's even better than coincidence, because it's like, this is happy coincidence. It's like it's meant to be. It's fate-like, right? It's fated, destiny. So something is meant to happen. I would say in the near future for you, pile number 3. So let your intuition guide you. Let the emotions guide you, instead of thinking, oh, I should have do this, I could have do this. But just tune out everything and just go with the flow and go with your emotions. Let your intuition guide you a little bit recently, okay? And you might be pleasantly surprised. So now let's take a look at Buddha. So funny, we got the Buddha card, because number 3, I was gonna say, it's always very, very spiritual, and we got the spirituality. Buddha is spirituality, 29. Okay. All right, so Buddha is one who is aware. This is what we're talking about. Be aware of your emotions, right? Don't try to hide it. Share it. Buddha is not just one person, but anyone who has an aware and blessed soul. Right now, that is you. You have woken up to your true self and let go of the illusions that were binding you to the material world. You have taken off the mask of security and given a good look into the vastness of your own soul. You have realized that nothing is inherently good or bad, but rather it just is. You understand the non-dual nature of the world and are letting go of the judgments of the mind. Hold this knowledge that we are all Buddha nature. It just takes remembering. I like this part. It says that and are letting go of the judgments of the mind. And you understand the non-dual nature of the world. Or over here, you realize that nothing is inherently good or bad, but rather just is, right? The whole thing is very Zen-like. So creative water, you're in tune with higher power right now, and you are aware that we talked about the third eye. I think that would be very useful, because you will be connecting with your higher self or higher power or divination, that kind of things. And you're going to get messages coming through to you, or through you, to you or through you. And there are going to be some happy coincidences happening, and you might be inspired or enlightened in the next few weeks, right? So this is the message that's meant for pile 3 right now, and I hope it kind of resonates or enlightened you in somewhat. And so if you have anything you would like to share with me, you can leave it in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel and my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. All right, pile number 4, last but not least, you got celebrate your wins. That's amazing. All right, Booho, transform the way you see. Okay. And then the last one, karma. Ooh, I love that word. This is the one few words that I know from this card. Okay, so celebrate your wins. What I see over here is that you are maybe you're reaching completion or something, and just celebrate. Sometimes when we say your wins, sometimes it's not about winning, okay? It's about what you've gained, the knowledge, the wisdoms, the experiences that you've gained along the way, and celebrate that. Whether, you know, it's good or bad, you learned something, right? And you got to acknowledge that you're amazing, that you've learned something. Okay, winning is not like what you see on the surface. Sometimes I really don't think, like, when you see two people, yes, sports, fine, you're winning. One person wins, the other person loses. But the process is very important, right? And you've learned something, you've become stronger, you've learned things, you've grown and gained wisdom along the way. And I think that's more important, right? Yeah, you can say that's what the losers say, but no, it's very, it's very philosophical if you really think about it, right? Okay, so let's see what the author wants to tell you. Okay, so that's 49. A time to list accomplishments. Look at that. Allowing praise, feeling deep pride, knowing that you are deserving of positive attention. It says you've earned a few golden stars that you haven't given yourself enough credit for. And it's time to indulge in some serious self-praise with some lavish celebration. Go all out. Look for the wins you've had and focus on everything you've accomplished. Write it down, see the progress you've made, because you've come a long way. It can be far too easy to ruminate on what's not working, and as a result, some of your amazing work gets shrugged off, downplayed, or downright missed. Are you able to see that tremendous strides that you've taken? It's okay to boast and flaunt a little. Sometimes you need to. How easily can you communicate your triumphs to others? Do you invite them to partake in your celebration? This card isn't suggesting a fugly, pushy, salesy, look at me kind of cockadoodle-doo. It's talking about honestly and enthusiastically sharing your wins in order to energetically bring you more of the same, the law of attraction. Take a big breath in and gracefully and authentically accept the fact that you are on the right track and ready to rock. So this also means that you are on the right track, right? And so even if it's like a small win, celebrate it, because then you feel encouraged to keep going. I was just talking to a friend yesterday about that, right? Even if it's like a small, tiniest win, at least you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm doing something right. And it encourages you to keep going, to not give up. And it gives you the strength to persevere all of the hardships, right? Very important. And over here, transform the way you see things. And I would say, like, over here, it's the same thing. Over here, it says you sometimes downplay your accomplishments, your things. But transform the way you see things. Don't see the things from the negative side. See things from a positive light. Why is this person always picking on me? Maybe, yeah, that is true. They're horrible. Why do they do that, right? But maybe you're like, okay, well, at least maybe there's something to be learned from the experience. It doesn't mean that what they're doing is right. But you can't indulge and say, oh, it must be me. I'm probably, this is why I'm not good enough. This is why they're picking on me or something like that. And maybe you might think that, right? But what if it's, maybe see it from a different perspective? Maybe because you're so good, you're amazing. And this is why they're picking on you, because they're jealous. They want to be you and they can't. Right? And so they just want you to break down and I mean, it's awful what they're doing, but you can't let that mentally take you down, right? So see things from a different perspective, from a positive light. And I always say, what doesn't break you makes you stronger. So that was just a little example, because that was recently I was talking to a friend, and we were talking about how he always gets picked on and he doesn't understand why. And he's like, maybe it's me. And I was like, no, you can't think that, right? Like, people always try to pick on other people that they feel like they can boss around or do things to, but here, look at this. I was just gonna say, like, but karma's a bitch, you know, it might come back. And I just remember, oh my gosh, there's the karma card. All right, so let's take a look at what this card is about, because I really do believe you want to have positive energy. You want to look things from the positive side, and good things over here, the law of attraction, because you want to bring more things, better things into your life, and you can't indulge in the negative because it's just not good for you, right? And people who are doing horrible things, I really do believe that there's karma, that what comes around goes around, or what goes around comes around, right? All right, the sum of one's action. That's what karma is. Positive karma for you, right? Positive karma. You have done a lot of good on this planet, and the universe is rewarding you in her favors. Life feels a little easier, a little more colorful, a little more beautiful. You are walking on the path toward your dharma, which creates the greatest karma one can experience by saying yes to the purpose of your soul. You are saying yes to the greater power of the universe. Continue devoting your life to the service of spirit, and life will continue to unfold its wonders. And that's what the book is saying, that there's good karma coming your way. But again, think of course, we don't want to wish horrible things to happen to people, right? We were talking about sometimes maybe bad things happen, and you want to see things from a different perspective, from a higher perspective. It's totally easier said than done, right? Forgive others who are being horrible to you. It's so easily said. I hold grudges, and I just sometimes have very evil thoughts, but then, what can you do? I don't want to be the one that's doing the horrible deeds, and I believe that the universe will see and teach the people who need the lesson a lesson. Right? So pile number 4, you can't change other people, but what you can do is change yourself, transform yourself, make sure you become a better self. And yeah, there are horrible people out there, but there's nothing you can do. And we want to have more of you, right? More people that are like you and me, who are awesome and that can bring beautiful things into life and have good karma coming back to us. Right? So that's the message for you, pile number 4. And I hope this helps a little bit. And if you have anything you want to share with me, you can leave it in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel, enjoy my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.